Hello, everyone. I'm live from my bedroom. And as you can see, my cat, my trusty Bobby, is behind me. Oh, for the moment. Uh-oh. Where is Bobby going? So it has been something else. A lot of people who are in places where snow is quite a bit, they're having to, and if you're noticing through your favorite podcasts are being canceled if they are going to bring guests on. Our internet has been kind of on our internet hasn't been as great as it usually is. We've been getting really heavy downpours, so I don't have my TV on. I just gave up. I was kind of pissed. I was like, God dang, again. You can hear it on my roof. I have a metal roof. Actually, I have two roofs. I have a regular roof when this house was built, and then I have a metal roof. And I remember, so anyway, we're going to be talking about my neighbors. Apparently, they cut my metal, my um fence so their dogs can come into my yard so much easier. It's just nicer to have all that. I told my ex today that my boyfriend was black and he got real pissed off. And I'm like, well, I get along great with him. In order to date me, you have to have a job. And he's got a job, you know? So yeah, I got some good spirit, some yeah, I've been smoking weed a lot. So I've been because I've been using black cherry incense sticks. They're really good. So let me advertise. Okay. So okay, I'm taking my time. Advertise. I always get kind of sidetracked. So let me. Snapchat's not my favorite to share because of the point. Um, they're kind of they were pretty fast this time. It's like, wow. Okay, and then I'm going to go see what else. Oh yeah, Instagram. Hi, I'm just trying to figure out how to share stuff. Let me see. The guy on the channel 9. Oh. All right. I created this staying before I had my. I'll figure out later. Anyway, my neighbors apparently cut through my fence, so they could get through it, obviously. My fence is ruined. The owners are going to have to. This is just too much. They rent to these people and they're just ruining my shit. So I'm going to ask. I'm actually think I'm going to see about taking the owner to court. I really am. I've lost 12 chickens. I got to figure out 3 different, call some places where I can get some older chickens that aren't as expensive and get some chickens back and get my stuff going because the owner is not very good. So yeah, I got some stuff going on, but yeah. So let's smoke some weed. Well, I've checked my messages and there's nothing on there. I got 18 already. Oh, good. I want to get actually the best type of milk you can get, which is oat milk. So I'm going to get some oat milk tomorrow. I've been eating milk. I don't care about the gas. I live alone. My son came in here, we were talking, and my ex doesn't like my neighbors, and they argue all the time. My boyfriend, I was told by my ex, because of the color of his skin, he's not welcome here. So I'm like, yeah, literally. I miss my boyfriend, Brandon. So yeah, I was told that because of the color of his skin that he wasn't welcome. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to message my ex-sister-in-law and tell her that, He's like, I wouldn't bring my girlfriend here. Okay, excuse me. So, my, uh, I just feel so bad for everyone's going through, like, hi, how are you? I am here, I am. My neighbors apparently took my fence and cut every 3 feet or so their dogs can go to my yard like it's their yard. Isn't that lovely? So the police were called, and my son and his father took care of the situation. They are going to be bringing the animal control truck again. And yeah, they're going to be taking animals from my next door neighbor because they can't contain them because they cut slits in my fence. And it's like, really? I don't get it. They think it's okay to cut slits every so many feet, and then they can't contain their dogs. So yeah, animal control is going to be over there tomorrow. I have 1 chicken left and 1 rooster out of what I had 18 at one time. I had 18 at one time. So I am thinking of having the neighbor. I want to I would love to take her to court. I'm tired of this shit. She wants the money. Maybe if she spends her money in court fees, she'll think about it. I'm at my wit's end. My neighbors are a bunch of assholes. I mean, and I do pray for them and everything, but goddamn, it's like, really? I mean, I feel worse for the dogs because, you know, the owners just doesn't give a rat's ass, and they're letting their dogs run all over. They cut my fence, which really enraged my ex, and it's just I really need people to pray. I've been working hard and paying off my credit cards. But the thing is, it's like I told when you pay off one, five more go, okay, let's call and really badger this person. Uh, they laid off people at my work. It's been slow at my work. And then with the rain, it's almost impossible to work. So you're like, okay, this really blows. So yeah, you're like, fuck. So anyway, yeah, yesterday I came home an hour early. I was cold. I had to walk through what I usually call, where my car was parked. It was a lake. Well, they called it Lake Titicaca, and I was just like, well, okay. Yeah, at least we got tomorrow off, and today we go in. So, yeah, I got I just wish the neighbors would just be nice, but they can't. I really do. Now I hear my ex doesn't like let me just be honest, he's hid it for years and I had to deal with it. And I lied to myself, after I couldn't get divorced the first couple times. I was like, God, I'm married to someone who just doesn't like black people. Oh, we're not getting started with, all that, but yeah, he just doesn't. He tried to hide it from me. I think when I took interest, this is when his nephew lived in Michigan. He had a nephew and he was into jazz. I'm like, I love jazz. He goes, yeah, we're going to be playing in the park and stuff. It's with, where we were over in Dearborn. He was in high school, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go and see you. And for a while, you realize jazz is mainly black people. And I wanted to go to something that wasn't for my nephew because I love it. And he wouldn't let me go because it was, you got it, the wrong color. And I'm like, God, I got to get out of this relationship. I was just like, how could you be that way? And his sister was nothing like that. I mean, really, Pam, she invites. She's color's not a thing with her, but boy, oh boy, yeah, it's embarrassing. It really is. I was brought up where my grandmother and I would watch all kinds of shows, name it the Jeffersons. And if my grandfather bitch, my grandma would tell him, God's going to make you a black man in your next lifetime. You just watch it. And I really like Brandon a lot. He makes me feel like I'm worth it, that I'm doing good, and excuse me, you're not humping my, no, I see you eyeballing that. That's what I'm wearing tonight to bed. My cat's thinking of, hey, look at a new girlfriend. Well, you are. Yeah, you take your other girlfriend. That's right. You take your other girlfriend. You go ahead. He's got his boo blanket. Go take it. Don't forget to put a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. So, yeah, my next door neighbors apparently, you know, cut our fence so their dogs come in here. Lovely. My neighbor's got brains of a chicken. Actually, I think my chickens are smarter than my neighbors. At least one of my chickens. I wish that my neighbors would just move. I really do. They're just not really nice at all. All my chickens are almost gone. I had like close to 20. I had like 18 chickens. And then boom, they're gone. Well, not boom, but their dogs attacked my chickens. I'm just tired of it. I just want them to be gone. They cut holes. They cut straight holes all through the fence. My ex is using the N word, so if you hear it on the other side of the door, it's not me. I don't use that. I'm not the person to use that. And I'm like sitting there thinking, gosh, boy, am I going to have a heart to heart with my boyfriend and tell him, my ex is like, how could you bring your boyfriend over here? How you just it's like, okay, well, geez, I thought that, you know, uh your girlfriend over here was okay, but mm, I just washed my clothes and stuff. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye on them. Oh, my cat left me. He hears Devin and he hid because my cat. So anyway, yeah, here's somebody who's just not getting it. I mean, you would think that they'd keep their animals contained and they would not want to play these games with my ex. They're pissed off because a we got a light in the back that literally you could tell that airplanes sometimes even use it to guide themselves. Seriously, because there's an airport here in Prump. So anyway, they're mad and they keep pissing us off. So yeah, that means I got to buy more stuff. Lovely. So yeah, this is just great. So my neighbors have made sure that I have only one chicken out of almost 18. So they have, what was it? 17, killed 17 of my chickens and causing commotion next door all the time. We're not talking a party or two. We're talking a lot of traffic, and it's just getting tiring. It really is, having your shit ripped off and being treated like a second class citizen. And I'm the owner, I'm the homeowner, they are the renters. So it's pissing me off. I can't even have chickens. Little by little, their dogs they just don't give a shit. So I'm like, God damn. So put a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. And yeah, I'm tired of them, You know, I got holes. Now I got a bunch of holes in my frickin' fence. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, you know. I'm glad I divorced him, but I live in the same house as a dingleberry. They're a bunch of poopy pants next door. They're all just, you know, being big poopy pants. That's all they are. It's like that's where I'm down to. I'm acting like a child. That's what I'm down to, being a kid. I hope everyone is keeping warm and enjoying themselves at least enough where they can stay safe. There are people, it is bad driving conditions in most of the United States. Summertime is over. So if you feel bad for me, please. Oh, God. My chickens are down to one chicken, one rooster. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yes. Yes, I got Poopy Pants who lives next door. No, it's not my ex-boyfriend. It is, they're just Poopy Pants. No, my ex-boyfriend's Poopy Pants. That's his new name. So if he ever calls me again, I'll go, hi, Poopy Pants. Yep. Brandon's my now boyfriend. I don't like Poopy Pants. He hasn't called, so I'm hoping that he has a different person he can deal with because he's just not what it's like Brandon is really cool. You know, I can't wait. I'm hoping to see him this weekend. And I'm looking for my other child. I can call my cat. Their bobtail cats are comparable to dogs, believe it or not. Bobby, come here, Bobby. Like, she's on the other side of the door. I can guarantee she's on the other side of the door because I dip a slip. Hey, Dip. Oh, I'm not even typing. God dang. This is some good stuff. Brandon didn't mistreat me. No. No. Oh, no. Brandon didn't mistreat me. I want to see Brandon this weekend. No. No, he's all good in my book. Yeah. So good to see some people. Hello, hello. So, my next door neighbors are Poopy Pants. My ex-boyfriend's name is Poopy Pants. You know, it kind of gets a little, we just call Poopy Pants one is my ex. And, you know, my ex-husband's senior psycho pants. Yeah, he's senior psycho pants. There's a lot of pants going around here. Poopy pants, and we got senior psycho pants. It's like, wow, a lot of pants. Figuratively speaking. Yeah, he's all good. He's working hard and doing, pouring into himself as making money and, doing what my Brandon does. Yeah. 7 occasions. Yeah. I think that we're both mistreating each other. I think that we were both, just stressed out with stuff. You know, I I've heard for a while about my work was I heard for a while that they were going to lay off. So I just keep working and, that's all I can do is work. Yeah. Uh, Let me type that out. Okay. No more OnlyFans. Yeah, that's the one thing. He was told he was told by someone who he really trusted that OnlyFans, and that was the one thing that pissed me off. Yeah, I went on a
Hey,
tangent.
what county did Tony get a warrant out in?
Oh, well, I hope so too. I really do. Yeah, OnlyFans. I told him a story or something that happened. All right, here's an OnlyFans thing. Someone hiring a woman, not knowing how she works, not interviewing her. She services you. You can use your imagination. I don't care how you use it. She brings her sister with her. So she wants to get a regular job because OnlyFans, at that time she didn't know how to work it. So she wasn't paying her bills. So she started working for this company. And she started to go to bed with majority of the unmarried people there. And it was not a good feeling, you know. Finally, after a while, they were just like, okay, we can't tell people, I'm guessing, because the way the story went, she's not there no more. And I'm like, did you fire her? No, she just left. And I go, really? And I go, she started making money on her OnlyFans. And they go, yeah. And you had her there because you felt bad and yeah, okay. If someone came to me and said, I need a job, they call it an OnlyFan model. You are so mistaken on that, and it is scary. I had an experience that was it 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 just I'm not getting into it, and I don't think Brandon knew about it because I never talked about it. I thought it was something that you just, you moved. Yeah, it's just the past. I'm done. I learned my lesson and I moved on. Yeah. I see. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. You want to hear about pimping out? Let me tell you a true story that happened to me. And the place is still open, by the way. My ex lost his job again. He could not keep a job. You have to get there on time. Okay, that's a must. Oh, a lot of the time, you got to get there at a time that you're supposed to. Punch in, do your job, go home. Right? Simple, easy. Yeah. So it was in October, and we went to a place called Silver Cricket. And back in the day, Silver Cricket was a strip place. That's where his sister worked at. Yep. And I worked there. And believe it or not, they used to get paid hourly. Yeah. Because the owner wanted you to spend time with people and talk to them like a therapist. And that's what we did. We would be paid every 2 weeks. But when the head dancer left, I became the head dancer and I was paid every week. I was planning to leave my ex. I really wanted to get out of the situation. And my family was appalled at me dancing because my ex couldn't hold down a job. I went to Silver Cricket and I worked as a head dancer there. I meant to get paid every week, and my ex didn't know. So I had two checks that I would hide in the money because I didn't want to put it in a bank. I wanted to leave. Someone's trying to call me. Hey, let's put them online. They're live. Oh, let me open it. See, they're live. See? You're live in Prom, Nevada. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, and this is who I have on my screen. My honey. I have weirdos. Eh, Weirdos. You think he's playing me? You know, my coworker, well, his wife said that he was playing me. He's not calling me his girlfriend. I'm calling him my boyfriend. I think um um I'm going to have to trust him until I find proof. You know, I go to his house, you know. When I go there, I don't see anything extra, you know what I mean? But yeah, I thought it was strange. And when I came to visit, it was not late at night because oh God. Oh God. Jesus. God dang, everybody! All the creepers are out! Oh shit! The freaks are out tonight. The freaks are out tonight. We are freaky. Oh God. What an asshole. Oh God. The creepers are out tonight, man. Oh my God. Ugh. I swear. I've been trying to advertise here on this one platform, and it's just biting my ass like you cannot believe. Oh, what's it called? Snapchat. Oh my God, it's biting me in the ass. I had one guy tell me he loved me, and I go, dude, I just gave you the thing from Omega Forever Prom. I'm trying to get more subscribers. And it's biting me in the ass like now. I'm going to have to turn off my phone. Yeah, it is. Because they love me. I told them I got a boyfriend. Yeah, when he told me about, um, you know, being that, you know, let me tell you what being done is. When I worked at Silver Cricket, I became the head thing. And I took two of my paychecks that my ex didn't know. And it was like, when you watch the movie, uh, they had it out on HBO, and I think I loved watching it over and over because I would find it where you can watch like streams of movies and stuff. It's called Restaurant Waitress. It's called Waitress. I felt like that thing in Waitress where all my hidden money was found. That part, yeah, that's how I felt. I had wanted to, what I was going to do is take all my worldly belongings that I wanted to go out with, you know, to take, and I was going to move to California. A friend of mine that was a childhood friend, no romantic things going on. I was going to move in with him and his girlfriend in California. What happened was he ended up passing away. And it just that was one of my strengths, and that's why I try to tell people, get your strengths. Don't depend on a person to save you. Depend on yourself. Get your inner strengths in. Because Waitress, I felt that. Oh, yeah. I watch that and I go, oh, I know right where I'm feeling. Yeah. Mhm. So you tell me, this is somebody who told me he loved me. I had 2 kids by him. Mhm. He was so quick to stab me in the back when I said, "No, I want a divorce." I didn't ask him and plead with him to give me a divorce. I said, "No, I want one. Give it to me, baby. I'll pay for it." Instead of it costing 250, it costed over 9,000 bucks. I always round it up to 10 grand. I consider my time and my patience each month to pay $800 a month plus filing fees because of senior psychopaths. It just is what it is. I mean, now I would like to buy my house after paying 2 payments of $1,000 a piece. Yeah, that's what my summer was. I had to borrow like you could not believe, and I'm still paying the loan center every Friday because I didn't pay for 2 Fridays in a row. My thing went down 3 points. I'm like, oh fuck. It'll go up once I pay it off. Yeah. What year was this? 2025, this summer. I paid. Oh, the year I got divorced. Here, I'll show you my divorce papers. I'll be right back. I got them close by. They're next to my broken dreams and my coffin. I got a little coffin carry on. It is absolutely adorable. Let me put it. Oh, there it is. 2022. So I've been divorced for now 3 years. I paid for it. All the refiling fees and all that. Yeah. What year was the Silver Cricket? Oh, we're talking early 2000s. I was in my 40s. It was about in my late 30s, early 2000s. Like back then it was in the 90s. My friend died. And then I went back to it with a friend of mine, Christina. She's no longer living. She died of cirrhosis of the liver. She was just a little wee person. She was maybe 4 foot tall. My son was taller than she was by the time he was 9. And yeah, she passed away. Yeah. I seen it coming a mile away, and there was nothing I could do. We can lead the whole theory of leading the horse to water. Try to help my friend, try to be there for her. I bought, let's see, she sold this to me, my crystal. I don't like picking it up, but yeah, my big crystal over here, this one, she sold that to me. I got that for $700. I had the idea. I asked her what the price, and she said $700, so I bought it. My son goes, "Oh, she's not going to buy it back." I go, "Why?" He goes, "She's not going to live that long." So the thing that she put this in, I pulled out alcohol bottles. I'm like, yeah. So that's, so I just, I had a long talk with, um, I had a real long talk with my boyfriend. Well, I call him my boyfriend, with Brandon. And I said, hey, are you screwing around? Are you messing? He goes, no. And he told me he was in a very bad car accident a while ago. He had to start over again. He had to, rebuild everything that he started. And, he too went through divorce. And, excuse me, really? You just wait for me to get online, don't you? So, yeah. And she was like, I didn't know I was walking. You knew what you were walking into. It's she really just, oh, yeah. I think there was a lot going on. There was a lot for her, and being, yeah, my cat. He waits to go online, I swear, yeah. So, yeah. So when my ex, well, it was last year around this time, he had mentioned the fact that I was a go-go dancer. We'll just call it that. And I said, hold it, hold it, McFry. Oh, you just burn yourself. He was the one who brought me to the place. And it's still in business in Michigan. Look up Silver Cricket and tell them this. It came from somebody. I almost want to tell the reason why the girls don't talk to you is because they don't pay hourly anymore. He tried to use that against me. You used to be a dancer. And I go, what was my first place that I went to and who brought me there? Hold it. Hold it. It wasn't me. It wasn't in my neighborhood. My neighborhood was in the nice neighborhood. Yeah. Silver Cricket over in Inkster, Michigan. Look it up. Yeah. I'll even write it on here. Now that's someone who played me. Yeah. They paid me hourly. I was making more than most doctors. I fixed his car. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got to cook some dinner too. I've been lazy, so I'm going to cook up some dinner. And after I'm done here, keep looking over on the side. Oh, look at he's all cutie. Oh, look at him. He's like, would you quit it? They are comparable to dogs, so they really are. My cat is a comparable, dog. But yeah, over in Inkster, Michigan, go to. I didn't grow up there. I grew up in Holly. Oh, what was it called? Yeah, it's in Inkster, Michigan. Oh. Oh, I loved working there. The guy I worked for was a Polish guy, and a lot of them are Russian, and he was Polish Russian. He had a guy who was his son, who was did the, how can I say, he was the muscle. He looked like one of my cousins. He was this big tall guy, and he would go, "Hey, hey, come over here," and we talk. I go, "Why is your?" He would ask me, "Why does he only get 2-year checks?" And I go, "I'm trying to," and I even told the owner, "Hey, I want to leave my my husband. I just got tired of all this stuff. You know, I was to that point in my life, like you couldn't keep a job before the Navy. You can't now really keep a job. Something's going on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not saying, just throw someone away, but you go and take someone to, a go-go bar and drop me off. Okay, what kind of message is that? Because if I love somebody, I don't care what kind of money it was out there. Being a male hooker. I said to my ex, I would never think of hooking you out, but man, if I could, hey, I was just joking. We talked seriously before I got real pissed off. He wanted me to come there Thursday, and he didn't realize that I would deal with no sleep because his roommate, he didn't put two and two together. Sometimes you do that, but I said, I can't I can't do getting my hair done and running errands and then go to your place, and where am I going to sleep? Because I need to have at least a couple hours sleep. But yeah, I did meet him on a Thursday a couple weeks ago, and he really wanted to be with me. He said, that he rented his house out to Airbnb, and I'm thinking, well, where is he staying if he rented his house out? Um, I'm thinking it's the house next door, but he said he rented his house out and won't be back until this weekend. He's been busy working, and I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. But you guys will hear about it. I don't know what to expect. Yeah. Um, I just, yeah, I'm I'm to that point, like I'm hoping upon hope that, that he's not playing me. You know, I mean, he gave me his ideas about, doing OnlyFans, like pages helping them out, getting their videos and stuff like I did, except I went to older people, and he was talking about that, and he had his stuff all put up, where you can do all the videos and stuff. And I thought, well, that's great. And he wanted me in on it because he thought it was a legit thing. And if you're being told by somebody who is not, I'm going to be honest with you, OnlyFans for the past, I say in the springtime, they were putting out advertisements by, I'm talking by reputable women who have been on YouTube for years with a lot of following, acting like it's not a hooker thing. It's not, they're acting like they're selling fucking Avon. Okay. And I'm like going, whoa, whoa, whoa. People don't understand. There's a lot of women on OnlyFans that have children in the house. They're bringing strange men over to their house that don't know what they're getting into. Yeah. And I mean, that's what I put in my, or they're having, going out to strange men's houses that they've never been there. They might not ever come back. And so I'm thinking this, and I'm watching this woman being interviewed as an OnlyFans. Okay, now get this. Only it wasn't. They acted like they were celebrities. OnlyFans puts you as a, a celebrity hooker. I don't know. But they were teaming it out and it was on YouTube here, this platform, and they were acting like OnlyFans was like this, you know, oh, I talk to other men. This woman's married with 3 kids, married, wedding ring, and she's having innuendos with other men, okay? And she's talking about, yeah, I just talked to, some men. She's wearing a huge rock on her ring, and I'm getting the point that she probably bought that ring. Her original rock wasn't as big as she like touting it out. Like she's like, using her. I'm going, did your husband know you're having sex with other men? I don't mind the whole thing, but I don't think half these people go in there knowing. I went in there knowing and I got burned. I worked at as a bartender, only as a bartender over at one of the places here in Pahrump. And they talked about it all the time. That's how they started. They wanted to make more money and not be scared. That's what they said. They wanted to make money that was safe. That's what they told me. So I went in there knowing, but the guys on there that are attracted to OnlyFans, they're pretty good looking. I mean, the guys that I talked to they were good looking. I didn't talk to anyone they were all professionals who didn't have time for a relationship. But I got burned. I got burned real good. And if you don't go, how can I say, to a place that's safe, you will get burned like I did. It's just not. And then you have to fight over with the credit card companies because you get some guys who will want to pay you those $500 pitcher fees. And then when you tell them, no, you can't go over to see them. This is just, I'm a model. And then they do a chargeback. Oh, that's lovely. Chargebacks on the credit cards. I don't know if they accept them. They're like gift credit cards. Most companies don't, because when you charge back on them, the company pays a lot more. So I had to pay more than what? Yeah, like 15, $16 more. Oh yeah, that's why they don't in some companies accept them. But right now I am not in OnlyFans condition. I have had, I don't know what's going on. No, I don't. Really? Well, come up here. Come here, baby. Come on. Yeah, come on. Talk to me. See? I have a relationship with my cat. Yes, I do. See? I told you. They're amazing. Bobtails, if you're in between a dog and a cat, this is the closest thing you're going to get. This is an amazing cat. He's playful. They love to play all the time. They really do. They're attention whores. He's so sweet. Yes, you are. I haven't gotten mad at him in a long time because I am dealing with a schedule. So when cats love schedules. And before I leave, I have a certain pattern of things that I do to make him feel comfortable. I have stuff that he can snuggle with, that or whatever with that have my scent on it. And he likes that. So there's certain things that I do that make him feel, comfortable. And he hasn't been bad. He's been actually really good. Yeah, you have. I also he loves my cat loves action adventure, so I did leave it one day with the Too Cute. They have it on Disney. Animals love it. My cat loves it, but repetitive. They just get okay. I seen it. I got excited. So yeah. Um, so it's been an hour. I'm going to let you guys go. I will be on tomorrow. I came on early because of the fact that I didn't do yesterday. I was just lazy. I was just like, and then I got on later, because I went to bed and I was just like, well, um, Brandon told me he wasn't screwing around. After his accident, he had to get his life in order. He was living in these crappy apartments, the same apartments that I went to a while back with the guy with the ankle monitor. And I'm like, wow. And he worked his way up and, just working hard and, doing well for himself. And he would like somebody that isn't going to have a moment with poopy pants and with any other poopy pants. And I promised him I'd be good. He said he works a lot and he's honestly told me from his heart that he really works himself so he, can have something nice so he doesn't have to work as hard. It's just right now it's just been hard. So I'm going to have to say, okay, I'm going to take him on that. I mean, I remember when I was talking to him, it took me over a month to even meet him. And we talked, what was it? He had stuff come up and they were generally, I'm taking it from the heart that something came up with his work or his family, and I'm going to have to believe him. If I can't, I started to not believe him. I started to go and think, that he was screwing around, and he's been really. I even have a friend who's psychic said that I am letting my friends and imagination get away with me. So I'm going to say that, yeah, he really thought it was a good platform. He didn't work at Sherry's Ranch like I did and talk to the girls sincerely when it was not downtime. There was never a downtime when they were there. It's their work. But when we were talking, when there was no men around, I would hear their stories. And OnlyFans is not a just picture thing because a lot of the girls started that way. And the reason why they went to Sherry's Ranch is because for safety, because it isn't safe. So there you go. So yeah, I heard that as a bartender from Sherry's Ranch about OnlyFans. So if you think OnlyFans is a step down from working at Sherry's Ranch because you're your own person. You got to make your own schedule. You're doing your own thing, including your own security. Just think about that. Really think. So when they were showing OnlyFans as a platform as models, I'm just being a model and look at all this stuff I got. She had a car of this year 2025, I'm not, of a brand name, and I'm going, whoa, you are doing a lot of dick sucking. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm thinking you're doing a lot, and here's my kids, all three of them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it just blew my mind. They acted like, we're just selling Tupperware. Yes, it's sexware. It really did. It blew my mind. They brought it out as being very, very safe. And I'm telling you, from working over as a bartender at Sherry's Ranch, that it is not as what they put it at. That platform is not very safe. You got to be very, very business savvy. You got to know how to work these guys and look at them as dollar signs. And I never did. That's what happened. I looked at them as people and human beings with hearts. And unfortunately, it got me burned. It really did. And it could have gotten me even worse than that, you know. I'm just putting it out there. So when they started doing that, I went on and I really I would go on the sites and say, "Hey, I don't know who you're telling this, but it's an escort service." It is an escort service, which is a tap down from a legal brothel. It really is. It's an escort service. And he really didn't know. I said, yes, it is. If you don't believe me, talk to any girl about OnlyFans. If they are working at Sherry's Ranch, ask a girl, is OnlyFans an escort service? And they will say yes. Anyone lying to their significant other, that is just sad. You're lying to someone you're going to bed with. Are you using rubbers? I hope so. If you have a significant other, you better be using rubbers. Oh, I did. Oh, yeah. And I got even checked for, you got it. I got checked for everything under the sun, even to now. And I still get, because I was smart. I quit while I was ahead. Well, at least financially, it was like $1,000 I lost on OnlyFans. I lost money. OnlyFans is not money making for everybody. Not everybody can be an escort, and I'm one of those. I heard of really good stories. They have chats with girls and stuff, and I chat with coworkers, and they would tell me, "Oh, well, you just want the guy with a girlfriend experience." What is that? That is where you go shopping with somebody. They don't buy you stuff. You just hang out with them. The, the deal was usually I wanted to eat something, but I never got the girlfriend experience where I got to walk around and stuff. Right now, I'm going through my own personal experience. I don't know what's going on. So I didn't know how to tell. I still um I've been exercising, I have. And when I have people say, "Well, you gained a little weight," and I go, "Yeah." It's kind of funny. You usually gain weight when you eat a lot of food. You don't usually gain weight when you don't eat a lot. So I've been thinking that I've been growing a tumor. I'm serious. It's really scaring me. I have no help from my doctor. The doctors here, if you're not going to be the forever patient, they won't give a shit about you. Let's just be honest. If you're not getting one of their drugs that they're going to pay for their new car, you're not going to be in luck. So, my advice to you, stick with a doctor that's good. And if you got a crappy one, hope that you can really sue them good. Oh, if you can, sue them good, because my tumor, and I didn't want to like scare anybody or whatever, it has gotten bigger in size. So I don't do the only time you see me from the bottom down was when my computer was I had unplugged it by accident, and what happened was I had to be restarted. So everybody got to see my midsection, and The only thing good about this is my breasts have gotten bigger. My midsection is just getting huge. And I'm trying to hide this. And it's not like I'm not exercising, and my job is extremely physical. I usually, have no problem. Oh, lately, I just given up. You know, um, I I don't overeat. I in fact got this last week. I got my sugar got so low that I had to actually eat sugar just to function. So it's not been like eating a ton of junk food. You know, it's like hard to describe, but God Lord, I'm I am going to talk to a mortuary. That's how serious I think it's getting. I don't know what it is, and get a something legal for if my kids need anything of my net. That's I just didn't want to worry you guys, but please put me on a prayer list or meditation list. Send me healing praying because I'm to that point. And my boyfriend hasn't really said anything about it. So I'm like thinking, well, I hope he doesn't notice, because up front it doesn't look that bad. But on the side, it's like, whoa, it's just, I've had to buy new pants and everything. It's just, whoa, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what to expect. But if it's a big ass tumor that is metastasizing, you've seen women, they get like real big and everything, and it's a tumor. And I'm like, ah, so anyway, I'm feeling fat and I'm gonna go cook. I have my Hello Fresh, so I'm gonna cook that. Oh, I hope they have some good stuff. I'm getting tired of chicken. I'm almost telling them don't send me chicken no more. Yes, I love you. So I don't have a too late of a meal. I love you guys. Be good. And I hope my neighbors get their shit together. Just quit being poopy pants. Then I won't be mad. Quit killing my chickens. I love chickens. They're great. They give you eggs. They did, at least, until your dogs took my egg. Yeah. Thank you. So be good.